Alright, let's not waste any time here on this new episode, because you know what this is going to be about, and we're going to make it happen. But first, we need piety. We will declare the religious liberation of Kumania against this big Manichaean cognate which we've been concerned about on their expansion as of late, but now it's time to liberate this large amount of land here. And it will be ruled by a Zoroastrian, an independent one at that. Don't know if it's going to be tribal, or is it going to be a nomadic, in other words, a new Zoroastrian cognate. You can only declare it once. It's just I felt that, well, I mean, our Zoroastrian moral authority is high, but, well, the thing is, well, this event came up where I'm going to do a religious liberation, and that's what we got ourselves into. Well, all we have to do is take any cons that holds the lands here, here, and here, and here. And I double go all the way up there. Yeah, just checking. Anyways. This is who we're up against. It may not look like much, but there's a lot of them that are willing to back up, so we have to bring everybody up here. Get to Samarkand. Oh, and by the way, I'm of a Persian culture, which I was thinking about keeping it, but after some last minute thinking, I thought, you know what, no. Go back to being Sogdian. 500 prestige. After the war, okay? Cost prestige. Now, this is step one. We're going to get our big piety reward for this. Take it over. Oh yes, they said nearby Manichaeans will join, and he's one of them. You know, that's religious liberation technically counts as a holy war, in a way. That part I forgot about. Yeah, he's calling all his vassals and chiefdoms. As we're just slowly but surely taking over all this. Easily. And we're gonna get them too. Yeah, we'll figure out the actual disposition of the troops while we continue. That's a host, those are raiders. By the way, family ties. Well, no, not this one. Oh, yeah, these two, they're of the same dynasty. That's how it works. This one, they put up a fight. I'm 15 years old now. I'm already diligent and I'm uncouth. But I may become affectionate, which I'm okay with any of those traits, but I have reasons. Because I know what my future is going to be. Syria's next. This is the reason why I told all my armies to head to Samarkand, although in actuality it could be retaking those territories. So we're just raising hell over there. Aha! We'll put a stop to them. Yes, Darik Pat Presto Aga. That's my mother. And she's also the regent of the Persian Empire. Let us meet. There you go, we brought everybody over here. That's for the just in case. This one's doing the bulk of the fighting because this is mainly a cavalry retinue. We originally created this retinue as a way of countering against them. But they have very few foot troops, foot soldiers. But they're mostly cavalry. And we got 2 holy warriors. By the way, here's the Catholic holy warrior. And this other man is a Germanic holy warrior. And this one, he's an organizer and flanker. Not a holy warrior, but has some uses. Oh. How the hell is he holding on? Ah, unyielding. Sounds good. But he's taking more losses now. We're putting pressure on his center. After we won, they backed off. That was a hard one. Do not worry. Wait for reinforcements. Matter of fact, go right now. Head to Karluk actually split up because one's going this way, and the other to Karluk. That's for supply limits. It's about to be winter here. We'll retake this territory back. Just keep winning battles and occupations. There's their relatives. Same dynasty. It's their kin. Wait a minute. Did you? The Holy War. White Peace. But Iraq is still trying to get Basra, but it appears to be failing. So he's holding on. We'll eventually get him. What in blazes? Nonetheless. Uh-oh. There's gonna be more coming in. Get up there. You know the way, Grandmaster? You'll be on this position. Need to get them moving fast. And you're the cavalryman here. You need to go save these guys. There's gonna be more. Also, Senna. They barely held on. Hold position. I know this is a bad place to be in, but what can you do? You continue on your path this way. A close one. And there goes another. There'll still be a few more coming in. Sorry winter is bad up here. You came in a bad time. We're fine financially. Now I'm a brilliant strategist. Thank you, Zan. War is a continuation of politics. I get on well with others, while some people only chase ambitions and get into needless conflicts. I have what I need right here. So, it's not going to be until a couple more years before I finally get married to my betrothed. But I'm a defender. I could prove my worth in battle. Give me my weapons. This old armor. And put this on. Already had a circlet. And that old skull cup from Vishtasp. I don't know how I've become piety intensive these days. Let's have our first focus towards theology. And become a paragon of virtue through this way. And as for the society, I will join the Immortals. That's only if you have a martial education or a martial grade or equal to 10 in order to join, and zealous of your faith. And the society is either recruiting diplomats, stewards, spies, scholars, which is learning education that isn't martial related, as well as a few other requirements, which his current Grandmaster, he is recruiting diplomats, and he's a bit of a pompous man himself, and he has every right to be. 64%. There's still a lot of enemies out there. But I will join the Immortals on this very day, the day after my birthday. I am the Grand Master of the Immortals. I have received your application to join our order and have decided to accept you as a non-ordained member. Due to your situation, you will not be bound by eternal oath to Ahura Mazda. For all intent and purpose, you will have similar rights and powers compared to a member of the clergy. For Ahura Mazda. Now I'm a Dekwan, which I have no idea what this means in the Persian language, mind you. I'll learn those words in time. So, that's just up Temple Vespine. And the equivalent of knight is Aswa. And then the equivalent of prior is Zaidan. Or Zaidan. I'll figure out the pronunciations in the Persian language. And of course there's Grand Master. And the female alternative is still Mother Superior. I don't know what is the female equivalent of these words. Unless there is a female member here, which is highly unlikely. But look at this! When they first... before the expansion of Zoroastrianism into Russia, there were only 22 members. Now there's 52 of them. Russians, Estonians, other tribes, they've joined the Immortals. And some Herbads too, they've joined. Oh, and let's not forget the Manichaeans that came before the Grand Master banned them. Let's not forget about them. This man is heir to the Immortals. That's what they're voting for, yes? Well, he's a prince, but decided to devote his life to the Immortals. Look at you, Winter Soldier. Why can't we have you in our ranks? Unable to press your claims, and you like your Grandmaster too much. More than I. Fair enough. I mean, of course, isn't that what favors are for? Well, not except so. Yes, it is possible to get him in by favor. Because a guy who's a cavalryman and a winter expert, very well suited for a combat zone like up there, but the war's going to come to a conclusion soon. More reinforcements on the way. Shall we fight them up there? We're thinking. He's going this way. Tell you what, Grandmaster, you are to meet them over there. It's a step after all. But maybe a little too much, but let me see. Akon, yes, it's going this way, but the movement is locked already. Is that so? No, they've stopped. They've gone the other way. To where? Aha. We got a plan for you. Actually, stop. They stopped. Go in after them. Guess they're referring to them. You're going up this way. You'll be taking that territory. My niece. Sogdian. Actually, you'll be taught by my master. Master? Oh, not Grandmaster, but same one who raised me. And that will be a good one. Yes, we're charging at him again. If it gets dangerous, then we'll move it up. No, thank you. I will remain committed. There's the importance of my niece. She has another of the Parthian bloodline. Alright, get back. Oh yeah, they're coming in. Should I put myself in battle as a way of proving to myself for the first time as a member of the Immortals? I mean, I'm ready. I have very good martial skill and I know how to defend. Well, put me in. This is what we call baptism by fire. Oh, and the city's just finished. Now that this is a wealthy county. I mean, the morale isn't great, but we'll do what we can. Not good. When I first brought him here, he was a berserker, but I guess he stopped being a berserker. But he's very capable. Well, I did my best to try to defend. You know, that's a tribal holding. So, move up. But be quick about it, because winter's coming. Oh hell, what are we doing? Defense is not really my thing. I mean, it's supposed to be, but clearly this isn't working. Okay, now we have to lock it by building a fort. Gotta keep these lines connected. And it's not wise to stay up here because this is severe winter up there, so get down here. Try to occupy this. There'll be another battle soon. Just hold positions. While the morale on my flank will finally be all the way up. All of a sudden, she's popular around here. Fine. I was thinking, should we go straight for the capital? Kinda dangerous. I mean, they're in their way now. They're probably gonna... Oh, no. I was thinking they'll come around there and then we'll get them from behind. My brother died of poor health. Eating all that food made him unhealthy. Now it's my sister who's in there. I'm not terribly worried. There's nothing to it. Try to occupy a bit more. Actually, try up here. This is a con holding. %. Move up here, and we'll attack them when the opportunity is right. 15 dice. No. Or alternatively, go for the tribal holding. Allow the bold. I will switch back to Sogdian culture soon, just as I have promised myself. con them off. And fast. You do the bulk of the fighting. Oh hell, that's a lot of stock. We gotta trick them into coming here. Which it will most definitely work. Stop. Alright, and get the Grandmaster. He knows the plains well. Actually, he moves double fast. Cartographer and Ranger. Glad we brought you in as a vassal. I left most of my commands out there. At our best here. And this is the battle that's going to win us the war. And I don't want to put myself out there because I'll jinx it. Begin your march south towards Hormuz. Wait a minute. You're doing this for me? Persia? You're winning so far. You got the holding, but how many are there? Not very much. Alright. Then we'll have to get ready for the war with the Arabian Empire then. That's my commander. Let him go. Well. He's not in the field right now, but don't worry, there'll be more capable commanders like that guy that just came in recently. Outlived his usefulness. Screwed up thing to say, but... yeah, that's who I was looking for. The infidels never sleep, and neither shall we. Rouse your men's spirit and lead them to war for the glory of Ahura Mazda. So all you have to do is just win a battle. Very well. These guys are fun. Try it. Oh, we need to occupy more. Okay. Doesn't sound too hard. Just head straight for the capital. Turn around. Well, then keep occupying this end. The handsome, they call you. Well, not so handsome anymore. I need more piety. Wait a minute. Oh, no. Dynastic Kinslayer. I did not realize he was... well... members of my dynasty don't like me, but not to the vassals. It's just slightly lower diplomacy. That's a mistake. Well, just a kinsman. It wasn't familial. Otherwise, that'd be a big problem. Down there, in Iraq. They're on their way. I'm sure the capital's more fortified. A little bit. There. Tenacious bastards, aren't they? Kingdom of Comania will be liberated under new ruler of the Zoroastrian religion, and it'll be my tributary state. Here it is. It's a tribal home. Yeah, the Pecheneg, Boru, you're the Khan now. If you can get yourself a dynasty. We got a long way to get back here. So our retinue will now be positioned to Iraq in preparation for taking Basra, which will be the final place to take in order to become Saoshyant, while Persia's doing their part to get the holding in Hormuz. Being male, unmarried, and almost handsome in a court filled with young women who will seek my attention is not half bad. A particularly young wench, almost irresistible, desires the pleasure of my company. The fervor gains. Theology's fine, gaze. No, I won't soil my soul with a night of passion. Being chaste is good. Even though I would like to have children, but there's no rush for it. Oh yes, and choose my patron angel. Sets on a very healthy person. I like the, Ameritat, immortality. The fertility will go down a bit more, but the health will go up. If I needed to increase the fertility, switch the focus on groom and heir and family. That's all you need. You need everybody to get back home and prepare for the next conflict, as he's creating tribal vassals, and they are our tributary. Secret Shia society is still around. Speaking of Shia, like, get these troops moving fast. Oh, and I'm supposed to be Sogdian. I'll take that hit of a prestige. Right down. Sogdian again. And need to be tutored. So I have great learning and martial. Our philosophical tutor, Ardahan. He's a doctor of philosophy. You are the one to tutor me. Oh. Doctor of philosophy, theologian, opinion. It'll do. I'll pay him 50 gold for this. Those guys again? Alright. It's the best way to up the defense. Oh yes, this one. Expensive, but it'll do. Yeah, you all have to stand down and begin preparation for the big one. Don't worry. The Shah is winning. Mashad's written a song in my honor. He apparently wants me to know I'm the best person in the world. Oh, I'm just a responsible adult. Now I've become humble. I hope I am a good influence on him. So that's even more fervor gain. Which, by the way, I should use that to request military training. Everyone home? Good. Now, why is that? Female heir. Oh, yeah. And raised levies. Don't worry, I put them away for a time being. And I have lots of money. How much you want? Oh, this isn't going to do well. It's the Tokharian who started it. You are the force, Babot. Oh, and also you be a treasury guard, just to further his opinion up. Because he's a hard one to please. I don't know about you as designated regent, but you can be swayed. Mother, you'll be designated regent still. Because you've been good to me. Yeah, our troop numbers will grow. And dealing with the Arabian Empire shouldn't be hard. What I'm more concerned about is them in the future. Nobody could take Egypt. Oh yes, Gandhara. I'll take that away and give it to you. You'll do something with Gandhara. Tara will do. Crush major revolt. Well, we're about to crush another one. If we can get there fast enough. What are you still doing here? After all this time. Did you get it? He got it. Persia got it. Which means... now, it's Basra's the only one left. And I need way more piety. No heir of my dynasty. Yeah, that I cannot die. And whose motto was that? Should have never... This is why I don't marry with foreigners very much. And when you do, then a line of succession gets a bit topsy-turvy. Doesn't help that ours is ultimate geniture. Which we're gonna need that change one day. If the realm is at peace, and no vassals fighting each other. That is what we need. Let's just finish first and check up with the vassals and tell them to stop fighting. Although I see one up there. We'll lose everything we stand for, in case of the event of my death. I've sat next to Saoshyant at dinner, which tells a family about Muslims which were attacked near the capital, Magra. I wish they had been left alone. Their business was a vital cog in the local economy, and a great source of tactics, she sighs. I don't have any Muslim vassals anymore. They were Muslims, and they only have themselves to blame. I'm a member of the Immortals now. I can't sympathize with those people, while I'm trying to sympathize with the Christians and later the Buddhists. They're much more tolerable. All better to serve a Hoda Mazda, which I become brave. Yes, brave. Actually, I need to lead troops. I have this objective that I have to do. Mission. for the Immortals. Don't worry about it. After all this time, Iraq can handle it. Also, who expanded that territory? Oh, you took this part of Arabia back through a holy war. Not my battle, unfortunately. Alright, we're in position now. Yeah, you've inherited quite a bit of things. Now, he still have way too much money. But he's fighting in too many wars that he can't handle himself. We'll send a limited number, probably. She's cynical for now. 2 years and we'll be married. And no doubt after this war, by the time this ends, I will have enough piety to become Saoshyant. But there's actually a few things I wanted to settle here just to make it clear. We're at peace now. Well, the vassals are fighting each other. Now, who's fighting who? I want to know. I mean, I know it's you. So have peace. Let's increase council power. Owe you a favor. It's just a satrap. What are you going to do with that favor? Okay, we got that settled. I want to switch back to primogeniture instead of ultimogeniture that my father set, in which I became, that. How I became this ruler, it was through ultimogeniture. Now we're going back to primogeniture. Of course, this doesn't change the fact that my nephew, he's sickly currently. Yeah, that doesn't change. He's not in a pact against me, so this is good. Let's just do a holy war because it's simply for the sake of piety and moral authority. My enemies are using the trading to maim their economy. Peasants do not need gold anyway. That means embargoed domain. He has the power. Get in there. Again, there's not much of them out there. They're just separated. Largely. Despite the lack of decadence, this is becoming their downfall. Once you kick them out of Basra, then where are they going to go? Probably down there in Yemen. Again, holding under Persian Empire control. Now all that's left is Basra. So we'll be sending a limited number. Well, Iraqis really hate me, so I don't think it's wise. But I'm trying to swim, so just do it. This is to reinforce. Oh, you did gain Oman. I did not realize that. And that was by you lot. Ah yes, the owners of Arabia. You know what to do. Just to occupy there. Syria will be going to Jerusalem area. Even though there's a bit of a disease out there. Armenia and Dalem will be heading to this front. We're not sending everybody, just only a reasonable number. I was thinking about raising the Persians and just send them down to Dofa. We'll do that. That should be it. We want to be around Svobod? No. That reminds me. We never increased our status of women. This goes up immediately. And we'll go for full status far into the future. We should improve the keeps. Because, you know, we need better defenses. We've been vulnerable as of late. My tutors instill me with a love of the Confucian philosophy. True wisdom. That particular philosophy is popular in some circles, ever since my father. This is very neglected, so this should be easy to take. Oh no. Kingdom of Egypt. Oh yeah, took out a bit of a resistance. That's for starters. Let's just hope we have something in common. If not, then you are lost. Uh-oh. Oh, they're gonna go for that one holding that we have. I just hope nobody thinks worse of your visit. Just take Basra and we'll deal with the rest. Man, they still have remnants of the Shia of Anatolia. Actually, I may want to transfer to a new front. This is much more probable. Too bad we don't have any siege leaders. But you can make do without them. Several more holdings to take. One's already owned by Egypt and the other by us. Wait a minute. Egypt. Shoot, we can't get that yet. The county, they still have a holding. That means we have to go to war against them too. We'll kick them out of the county, but not entirely. This one also has good defense. Now they're using it to disrupt the supply lines. They cannot block all the roads. Now land organization levy reinforcement rate, global supply limiting. Global winter supply down because of him. I guess he's too busy with their wars while we're taking his capital. Now time to start reading the Gathas. We have enough piety to become Saoshyant. That's only if we can take Basra and then fight against Egypt for the said holding. And that would be our first conflict against the Catholic, but it's for reasons. Find a place for you. Aesop's Fables. Good. We're getting there. Just one more holding to go. You're willing to give up? Yes. He can't take it anymore. He's got too much in his hands now. Basra is ours. But this would not complete the objective because Egypt's got one holding. In the past few months, I spent many nights reading the Gathas. A text contains many items of wisdoms and also gives hints to the most important mysteries of Ahura Mazda. Yeah, that was a big gain. Mazdan, pagan, no Christian. Get back over here. Hurry up before they put a defense pact on us. I mean, Egypt is big, but no air. By the way, how much is... Well, that's actually all of it. No multiple kingdoms. But a Christian defense pact may form by then. Remain in position just to take the holding. Basra Holdings. No defense pact against me. And they call her the Sword of Jesus. Because she's the Crusader Queen. We'll see about that. Now we have to get everybody down to Baghdad. The place to rally up. This will be the last war. This is also the first time we've declared war against the Catholics. Damn right it. I'll just take the dam. You go right ahead. We'll get ahead of them and fight against their first armies. We're the ones to launch the first strike. Ugly, weak, Abbasid Zoroastrian. Hey, you want this? I mean, we took Basra and it belongs to your territory, not mine. So everything of it is yours and we'll get you another holding afterwards. At least it'll keep him happy. They're mainly going to go through there first. About a formal complaint to the Kagan. That reminds me. How's our new friend up here? At war. With Manichaean revolt. And a Manichaean uprising is winning. These guys. Oh, jeez, you lot. You just got started with your rule. Now, already there's... I mean, to be fair, everybody's Manichaean up there. And you never called for us for help. Do not worry, we'll be there every time. A failed sultan. The first thing you do is accuse of my people being ill-behaved. Did you consider he may be a fraud? Of course not, you groveling kinslayer. How dare you say that to me? What nerve, this changes things. Regardless, I would still... That's a big one. Yeah, we're good now. I'll start swaying you, fellow Nestorian. Look at that. It's the main Egyptian army. That's a big one. So halt. Turn back. Actually, get those troops up at the front right now. There'll be many more Egyptians coming this way. They're heading to Baalbek. Also, I should be training more. You're not doing enough of that. You're mainly focused on the war at hand. The new emperor likes Christians, but doesn't like Tengris, and he's an expansionist. Good thing that I have a peace deal with him, so he cannot attack us. Plus, he's got other things to worry about. It's just that plague. If he's going to expand somewhere, it's likely going to be Zaya, or against them, which would be better. Oh, I know where he's going. That one holding. Flanked by 2 holy warriors. Quickly! It's the mountains. We gotta get up there. And we won. Or they withdrew. I brought divine justice on the infidels. Undoubtedly they will think twice before retaliating. For Ahura Mazda. Now there is a real battle. There's many more out there. As long as we continue to beat the heck out of the armies and control this one holding in Basra, we'll do well. Heading to Baalbek. And finally, like Ahura Mazda and Spendamat at the time of creation, Shahanshah Zartosht and his niece Parvin have gotten married under the blessings of the auspices of Zewodah, ensuring fullness and order. We can collect the royal aid duty to pay for the ceremonies. Yes, more money and piety. And I am known as the Holy. Now let's have children. Okay, you stay right there. And I'll write down the, if I have any knowledge of the Confucian philosophy. Unless that stuff isn't for me. No! Break it off. Of course, it's local. I was about to say, who's the one I broke the patrol off to? Well, it doesn't matter. I think it's just another niece of mine. I'll have children of my own, don't you worry. dressed. And he's from that Uyghur clan that's of the Zoroastrian faith. Now, there are those in my realm who worship other gods. For example, it is known to me that their Taristre Kroran openly follows the Buddhist faith. Sometimes I wonder what Zoroaster would think of my association with these people. We are more alike than different. Now I have sympathy for the Eastern religions, just to keep these Buddhists happy. So Koreans. I am marching through the mountains of Baalbek when I realize how this experience has simply become the matter of course. I rarely even think when I charge a battle. It just happens. How could I make sure this insight, but how? I will master the mountains. If we were to fight any future conflicts, it could be with the Byzantine Empire, where it's mainly mountains. Actually, halt. You go in after them. Go get the other good ones. We'll be fighting against them in a day. Now you, I like. You got reasons. It's mountains up there. My kind of terrain. Hopefully we capture that Crusader Queen, the so-called. Nope, and nope. Go get him. Nobody's bothered to take the holdings. Head up there. Finally, after several months, I finished my book. It's being widely praised by scholars as a masterpiece. My very own book. Apparently Zartosht does know something about Confucius. Here it is. This book is an insightful work of Confucian philosophy by Shahanshah Zartosht of the Persian Empire. That's stewardship +1. I know where they're going. 88. At least we didn't have to go to the heart of Egypt. No reason to. But that threat level's gonna go up again once this ends. Close that. I'll just go through Aleppo. They're going to be walking into it. Quick, catch them. They're heading to Aleppo. I know the war score is 100%, but I want to beat them up one more time. Man, these guys are fast. Hold. Stop here. All together, let's destroy it. The entire Egyptian army here. That's why we did that. Now. None of you entered foreign territory, right? Not anymore. Our retinue is to return to Samarkand. Perhaps up north to deal with... Oh dear. Yeah, they're gonna need all the help they could get, as they got another Manichaean uprising. Well, we can't join them unless they ask us to, unless we know where are they, but... Oh no, they got them. They ran into it. They're fine. Well, that's your new assignment for the retinue. You're to be stationed up there, and if you see any uprisings, move it in a step and get rid of them. These guys are independent now. They're stronger than the other. And we don't like that. Now, let me see. I like the beard, but I'd rather have a longer hair. Yeah, ideally. I mean, at least I don't look anything like, you know, Vistasp the Cruel, which he looked more Persian than Sogdian. Yeah, I'm just grooming myself a little bit before I make the announcement. Again, look here. Yeah, beard is fine, but hairstyle, it's like, yes, it's long hair, and you see these little two strings on the side? That's, you know, distinctively Sogdian type of, you know, hairstyle, you know. They tended to have, you know, these odd braided, or whatever twisted they are. Yeah, that's what I look like now. Shahanshah Zartosht the Holy of the Persian Empire. The realm's at peace now. It's too bad the Suggestion Festival isn't going to be time, because I'm still looking for a teacher. But now, if I can drive out the Muslims and restore Zoroastrian rule over the entirety of the Persian Empire, I may declare myself to be Zoroaster's prophesied Saoshyant, the chosen savior of the world. And isn't it interesting that this character is named Zartosht, which is the modern Persian name of Zoroaster or Zarathustra, who is also the member of the Holy Order, the Immortals, which sooner or later I'll be ranked up to it. Matter of fact, once I turn 21 in April, I'll be ranking up, which will happen in the next couple of episodes or so. Well, you know what I mean. Now, again, you are to move back up to the steps, and you deal with whatever they need, unless they're in war. They are our tributary state now. They don't make very much money. Maybe I should give them financial help in the future. But that's a long way away. Anyways, enough delay. There'll be no more war, and any interventions, we'll send our retinue up there. So here, in Samarkand. Now look, checked all the boxes, and have enough piety for this. And I will have a new nickname, and I will become the Saoshyant, and I would have the trait Saoshyant, and I would have the Kayani crown, 500 prestige and 500 piety gain, and the founder of the Saoshyant bloodline. The Saoshyant. Ever since the Sassanid Empire succumbed to the Arab invasions, Persia has suffered under the yoke of Mohammedan rulers. The last remnants of the old Zoroastrian order retreated north into the plains of Central Asia. But now, at long last, Zoroastrian rule over Persia has been restored. This miraculous recovery can be attributed to my brilliant leadership, and there are many amongst the clergy who decreed me to be the Saoshyant, the savior of the world that Zoroaster himself spoke of 1,000 years ago. Thousands of years ago, easy for me to say. After embracing this role, I am now revered as a holy icon by Zoroastrians everywhere. I shall bring benefit to all. Kayanic crown. Where is it? Here it is. Put that on. Look at me now. The crown of the Persian Empire. The crown of the Saoshyant. Despite the fact that I'm a Sogdian, who's the one that restored it. Not the Persians, but a Sogdian, who does live in the North Plains of Central Asia. Sogdiana, our home. Our imperial capital of Samarkand. Yes. Now, again. An imperial crown inspired by the regalia worn by the old Sassanid Shahs, reforged to honor the king who restored Persia to its ancient splendor. We monthly prestige and piety gain, +1 diplomacy, +1 stewardship, +5 vassal opinion, regardless of faith. And this artifact will always remain the holder of its associated title or dynasty, as long as the Persian Empire exists and it's feudal. And look, Saoshyant. This character is the Saoshyant, the promised savior of the world, and a holy icon according to the Zoroastrian belief. Plus 20 personal combat skill, and plus 10 Mazdan opinion. Does this mean that, yes, as a Saoshyant, I have an even more gain of fervor? I am going to be the most valued member of the Immortals so far. But again, the Grandmaster thing is AI only, but I'd be rising up in the rank. Well, it's not say fast. I mean, you have to wait 5 years to promote, and you have the piety. So, don't worry about that. But I would have enough to get whatever I need to request, since I'm the Saoshyant now. And finally, we've seen many bloodlines. It was my father who founded the Golden Blood more than 20 years ago. But now, the blood of the Saoshyant, the promised Saoshyant, savior of the world, and holy icon according to the Zoroastrian belief. Plus 30 damage against religious enemies, plus 1 monthly piety, and plus 10 temple vassal opinion. So I am well liked all over in the Empire, even if I become sympathetic towards Buddhists and the Nestorian Christians here, and they can respect me even more. So let me drink to that. Now, one problem. I got no descendants. But do not worry. Me and my niece's wife will eventually have children. In fact, by April beginning next year, I will switch to family. I don't want no concubines. Because through this, since this is a matrilineal marriage, through her, I would get another of the Parthian bloodline. We already have the Parthian blood from Erwan Karan Palev, who was long time ago. But this is the one we're trying to get. That means more combat skill and Iranian opinion. And no need for the Great Warriors thing. I mean, the Miaviside faith is not required by us. But as Saoshyant, I must remain Zoroastrian throughout. And my descendants as well. I am not the last of the Zoroastrian, but the first of the new of the blood of the Saoshyant. And with this trait of Saoshyant, and when I have children, well, since she's matrilineally married and be of my children too, so they will have Saoshyant descendant trait, which it'll have some Mazdan opinion, but no combat skill. But nonetheless, despite the fact that I've killed a kinsman of mine, and I regret that. Sorry about that. So now, there you have it. Zartosht, Zoroaster, the Saoshyant of the Kayanian dynasty, not the Zoroaster of the Spitamaz. I'm saluting, in case if you're wondering what am I doing right now. Just saluting. But let me tell you people, this is not the first time I reformed the Persian Empire. I did it previously when I was Croatia. But the Croatian playthrough, which, yes, the Kingdom of Croatia still exists. It's a Catholic kingdom and tribal. You know, our Croatia expanded pretty big, even all the way to China, but never into places like India and whatnot. But now, with the reformation of the Persian Empire, I was able to, well, as you just witnessed, what I was not able to do as Croatia was to become the Saoshyant. But here, I become the Saoshyant. I did it. But let me tell you, I'm going to be honest with you people, I'm getting a little bit emotional here. Because in many of my Crusader Kings playthroughs of the major goals that I've done over the past few years here on my YouTube channel, I mean, I've done this thing, that thing, you expanded this amount of territory, expanded that much territory. But here, I think becoming a Saoshyant here as a Zoroastrian and Persian Empire that we formed, which again, if you recall from the beginning of our dynasty, founded by Roxana the Just, who lived in Bukhara, which is our ancestral home. And yet, many people back then probably dismissed her due to her being a legitimized bastard with no known parents. We described her many times as the spark of the resistance that ignited a flame for the liberation of Sogdiana. She was a freedom fighter. And not to mention, founder of the Champion Blood, because she was the undefeated Grand Champion of the Sandpit. And since that time, I mean, we can look up the history of Bukhara here. We've held it many times since then. Then came Sasan, who didn't rule very long. Then came Khosrow, died of severe injuries, Korosh, pneumonia, Bishtasp, natural death, and the founder of his bloodline, as you saw earlier, which was through a warrior lodge, which was the age of the Shield Maidens and the Great Heroes, which lasted 100 years, through Sasan the Just, Nazgul the Bottomless, Ranisa the Butch, Yenna the Sword of Allah, who's my grandmother, and then the last of the Shield Maidens have passed, which is pretty much a distant memory, since I'm obviously born long after that time. Then came Darius, who formed the Persian Empire. Is that correct? Yes. He formed the Persian Empire in the year 1000, because since 631, under Yazdegerd III, he was the last ruler, and 651 AD, the Persian Empire was destroyed by the Islamic conquest. And now, 350 years later, the Persian Empire has returned under Darius the Lionheart, who not only made some reforms and changes to the empire, in which we used to have the Empire of Turan, which we've expanded into northern territories before we decided to sweep down to Persia through great conquests, and we got this far. And now I inherit his. And he was the one that brought about the golden age for the Sogdians. I mean, not just the rest of the empire, but particularly here in Sogdia. And now I have inherited, despite the fact I was 2 years old when I got cancer. And I was able to overcome that cancer, which pretty much tells you that it was a curse sent by Ahriman to try to stop me from my destiny. And I defeated cancer. I survived cancer. And then I became the prophesied Saoshyant said by the Mobads and the Herbads, and even the priest of priests here, the Mobadan Moabad, said that I'm Saoshyant, I'm the savior of the world. And with the best of my abilities, of whoever dares to challenge the Persian Empire, or the freedom of Zoroastrians everywhere, do not question it. We will put it down swiftly if anyone tries to stop us. Now, I may have no descendants, but in the future, there will be descendants of the Saoshyants. But I have many more years, and I have a healthy lifestyle. I'm expected to rule for a very long time. Possibly ruled up to my 70s, I predict. In this series, after 279 years since Roxana came onto the scene at the very beginning, people doubt. I don't mean you viewers that are watching it. There are some that probably doubt Sogdians would never get this far. But who are they to question it? But look at us now. Look where we've got far. Back then, when Yenna, during the plague, she said that Zoroastrianism is the religion of hope and courage. And this is the hope that's been given us. This is not only a victory to Zoroastrians everywhere, and to those who give hope against those who are of the evil. We don't mean the infidels, but rather those who serve Ahriman and Angramainu. That kind of evil. They try to stop us by any means, but we overcame that. We overcame all of that. No one can stop us now. And wherever our destiny and our legacy will take us now. But, I'm honestly getting a little teary-eyed. It's probably the most emotional I've ever been. But I know that I've recorded this episode on the month of March. And you are watching this on the month of May, or in later months, or in years, when you revisit this episode. We recorded this during a time when there's this great problem that's been going on in the world. And I'm sure many of you people have been affected by it. In fact, probably all of you. And since then. What I say to you right now, from then to now, is to never give up hope. Never give up to what you believe in. Doesn't matter what belief or God you believe in. But if this series tells you anything of how we get from this county through this, anything is possible. Anything in life is possible. Impossible is an opinion, not a fact, as one man once said. Nothing is impossible. Even the most wickedest person out there can be saved if they're willing to forgive. Just like, we've gone through a lot of trials and tribulations in this series. If you people stuck by with me throughout this series, I thank you for it. But please remember, this isn't going to be the last episode. Since I'm recording on the month of March, and you know that what's out there is still increasing in number. But I will remain to continue with the series. With the blood of the Saoshyant, and his legacy, and the Persian Empire, and the Immortals, all this will continue. It won't stop here. But it'll be for a time. So, ladies and gentlemen, I just say that of all the series I've gone through, I thought India may be the greatest in expansion. But as far as the greatest goals, I was never able to become Socialist Croatian, but now I did it here. I'm very, very humbled that I've done this. They say it's the most impossible goal, next to forming a Roman Empire, like the Byzantine Empire is trying to do. But I know a guy on YouTube who's currently doing that playthrough now, trying to reform a Roman Empire. Whereas, over here, Persia. We did it. And honestly, I will not continue 20 more minutes of this episode because I'm exhausted. So this is it for today. So I will leave you with this. Next time on the Sogdian Saga, the saga will not end, but the legacy will continue for the Kayanian dynasty. I hope you'll stick with us through thick and thin for the next episode and for the next many. Until then, So long for now. It's not goodbye. It's see you later.